Hi, it's Lee and Shaleen here with some more Zoom bits, moments of truth about wonderful doTERRA essential oils and products. We're glad you're here, and I hope you came ready to listen to what I would consider some tips about what I would consider to be my favorite essential oil, and that is frankincense. A little bit ago, I did one of these on lavender, and these are the two oils I would want to have with me no matter where I am. If I'm going to get lost somewhere, I want to have lavender and frankincense with me. Frankincense is called the oil of truth. It's also called the king oil. It's restoring, repairing, regenerating. It is steam distilled. It's a resin, which is steam distilled, and it is sourced by doTERRA in Oman and Somalia. Its main constituent is one that Shaleen and I have heard about lots, and that is alpha-pinene. And a wide range of pharmacological activities have been reported using alpha-pinene, including antibiotic resistance modulation, which that means a lot of people have gotten so many antibiotics into their system that if they get sick with a bacterial infection and the doctor prescribes an antibiotic for them, it doesn't work because their body has become resistant to that drug. And evidently alpha-pinene can help fight that. It's an anticoagulant, an anti-tumor, an antimicrobial, an anti-malarial, an antioxidant, an antiparasitic, an anti-inflammatory, and it has analgesic effects, which means it helps to relieve pain. A couple of times I've mentioned my shoulder, which has been giving me fits here for a while. And one of the things that I do to help with the pain that comes from that is put a couple of drops of frankincense and a couple of drops of marjoram in a soft gel and take that soft gel, and I can feel my shoulder. Shaleen told me this many years ago. She could feel her shoulder warming as soon as she took it. And that's what happens to me. And it just really helps to make it feel better. It's an immunostimulant. We talked about it being anti-tumor. It's also considered to be anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory, antidepressant, and restorative. Now, we're not supposed to say that this can cure anything, and we're not saying that it can cure anything, but it is an amazing tool to have in your toolbox if you are fighting any kind of serious condition, cellular condition. Aromatically, the top uses are for Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, brain injuries, lack of motor control. Those are some pretty serious things. You can diffuse it or inhale it from your cupped hands. And wonderful for sciatica, back pain, headache. I also have sciatica. I have a layering technique that was taught to me by a chiropractor who it starts with frankincense, and I use that quite frequently on my lower back. It fights depression and anxiety and postpartum depression. It helps constricted breathing, allergies, and laryngitis. And this is one of our oils that we can use in 3 different ways. We can use it aromatically, topically, or internally. Every morning when I get up, I put 2 drops of frankincense under my tongue. I start my day that way. It, along with using balance on the bottoms of my feet, it grounds me. One of the things that it helps you do is get rid of negativity. So it helps me to stay positive and to keep positive energy going instead of getting any negative energy. And folks, in these days, we need all of that we can get. We've got a lot of things going on around us. It is something that I use for meditation and prayer and focus. I will diffuse it if I'm meditating. When I go to church, I like to take a drop, put it on the crown of my head, connects me to the divine, helps me to feel connected to the divine. It helps me to focus when I'm praying, which is an amazing thing. You know, meditation is designed to help us empty our brains and maybe focus on just one thing. Often in prayer, we find that we're having a hard time putting into words what we'd like to say. And I find that frankincense helps me with that. Topically, one of the wonderful things that it's been used for recently is for breast cancer prevention and for fibrocystic breasts. You apply it diluted to the breast tissue twice a day for 30 days. Do that 2 to 4 times a year. That's just a recommended practice from some homeopathic doctors and researchers who have found that it seems to reduce the cysts in breasts and to help the breast tissue remain healthy for longer amounts of time. You can apply it over the affected area using oils that are particularly specified for that area with frankincense if you happen to have a tumor or be suffering from cancer or a cellular or immune problem. If you will take a drop of frankincense with a drop of another oil that say specifically endocrine, specifically designed for the liver, and apply that endocrine with the frankincense, it helps to support your body as you go through what you're going through with that disease. It can help with seizures, trauma, concussions. Shaleen, you had a concussion. Did you use frankincense?
I did, and so blessed to have something that I feel like I keep picturing that picture of a cell and how regular medicines can't get in, but the essential oils, because they're natural, can get in.
And because they're an oil, because that cell membrane is made of lipids, and the oils are lipids, so they can penetrate that cell membrane and get right into it. So if something is going wrong in there, frankincense can help fight that off.
Yep.
Every single oil I think that doTERRA makes, they say it's great for the skin. Frankincense is absolutely marvelous for the skin. It helps with scars and stretch marks. It helps to reduce the appearance of wrinkles, skin ulcers. It helps with those. You can put it on boils, on moles, and it will help to get rid of those imperfections, anything that's associated with it. It will help fight it off. We just talked about the liver. It's great for liver toxicity, jaundice, hepatitis, cirrhosis. Use it on the bottoms of your feet, on the reflex points on your feet. If you need information about that, Shaleen and I will be happy to give you some information about reflex points on your feet and on your hands and in your body that will help to point to those organs. And you can use frankincense on those reflex points to help relieve the discomfort you're having there. Autoimmune disorders, if you put it over the spleen, it helps with those. Warts and bites, put it on those. It will fight those off. They talked about depression, wounds, vaginitis, genital warts. If you have heavy menstrual periods, if you apply it to the tip of a tampon and insert that tampon, it will help that. It can help that too. Internally, all of the above. It will help with all of the ones that I've already mentioned. It invites us to let go of lower vibrations, lies, deceptions, and negativity. And I just think that's just a marvelous thing that it can do for us. It's a powerful cleanser of spiritual darkness. It recalls to memory spiritual understanding, gifts, wisdom, and knowledge that the soul brought into the world with us. So what a boost to have this in your home. It helps us feel.
And you mentioned a gift. It made me think of the Christ child receiving the gift of frankincense.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It is truly, to me, it's not only a physical powerhouse, but a spiritual powerhouse.
Yeah.
I never, ever want to be without this oil.
And I kind of use it as, if I don't have an oil or don't know what to use, I just try frankincense.
Well, that's that and lavender. The two of them, I feel like anything that's going wrong, you can use either one of these and it probably will fight it. I have been helped to feel enlightened, loved, protected, wise, discerning, and spiritually open.
Love it.
From using this. I'm sure, I know it's been used for centuries, and it's used in almost every religion in the world. Not only Christianity, where we know it was given to the Christ child and is mentioned in other places in the scriptures as well, but the Egyptians used it. It's used in the Islamic faith. It's used in Buddhism. It's used in just about almost every, in Judaism, the Jews still use it. So it's just, and they use it, all of these, I believe that all of these cultures use it as a physical boost as well as a spiritual one.
And isn't it interesting? Our focus is always physical, physical, physical. But in case you haven't heard through some of these Zoom bits, if you've listened, there's such a different component to emotionally getting help,
which also helps us physically.
There you go.
So I hope that you'll try frankincense. It is not the cheapest on the market, but remember, it's certified, pure, tested grade, and you're going to get the purest experience. That's one of the ones that when I was first educating people about the oils, I had a friend who had some frankincense that they had bought at H-E-B. And I said, oh, well, let me smell that. So I smelled it and I could hardly smell anything.
Yeah.
And I said, smell this. And I opened my bottle of frankincense and he smelled that and he was like, whoa. So when you're using something this pure, you're going to get the best results you can possibly get.
And though it's expensive, and I'm sorry, I don't know, I think it's around $70 for a bottle of frankincense now. Though it's expensive, you're just using a drop or two every time.
Drop.
And there's
that's
250.
Yeah.
In a
250 drops in a bottle, and you're just using a drop at a time.
It lasts a long time.
It sure does.
The best benefit.
Even using my 2 drops a day under my tongue, that's 125 days. So that's
a
third of a year.
Love it.
A fourth of a year. So
thanks for listening today, everybody. Let us know. You can hear our passion. We love to help you and would love to hear from you. If you have any questions or know of anybody that has some issues that you might like a natural answer for. So thanks for listening.